What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Natalie, and today I'm going to show you guys how to get this graffiti skull look, so keep on watching. First thing you want to do is start off by priming your face. I already did this off camera, so I'm just going to skip on to the next step. So what you're going to want to do is take a white eyeliner pencil and outline where exactly you want your skull to be. And this part does not have to be perfect, and you'll see why later on in the video. Next step, we're just going to apply foundation on the side that we want our glam look to be on. Moving on to concealer, because we're only doing half our face, I'm only doing under my eye, on my cupid's bow, and my chin. Now for the brows. Because I want to match my hair color, I'm going to do a yellow into pink ombre brow. So what I'm going to do first is dip into a yellow eyeshadow and start in the inner corner and use small brush strokes, going with the shape of my brow to blend the color. Dipping into the pink eyeshadow, I'm going to continue where I left off with the yellow to finish off the brow. After the brows, I'm just going to apply a translucent powder all over my face to set it so I can start contouring. For contouring, I like to start by my ear and blend along my cheekbones. I also like to bring it up along my hairline to my temples and onto my forehead. Moving on to eyeshadow, I am going to be dipping into the yellow that we used previously for our brows and using this as my transition color. Now I'm taking a neon blue eyeshadow and I'm going to put that all in my crease, making sure to blend it up into my yellow. Now I am dipping into a darker blue eyeshadow, just focusing that on the outer corner of my eye. Now with the excess color left over on my brush, I'm just going to go under my eye and blend it out. Moving on to the next step, I am just grabbing some concealer and I'm creating a half cut crease. Once I finish my cut crease, I'm going to dip into some shimmery blue eyeshadow and I'm going to place that right where I put the concealer. Dipping into a highlighter, I'm just going to highlight the inner corner of my eye and underneath my brow. Grabbing a liquid eyeliner, I'm just going to create a thin winged liner. Lastly, for the eyes, I am just going to apply mascara all over my lashes to complete the look. Last thing we're going to do on this side of the face is our lips. I'm just taking a nude lip liner and lining my lips and then going to fill it in. Then just going in with a lip gloss to top it all off. Now for the fun part, the skull. I am going in with a white water-based paint and just outlining the main features of the skull. I advise you to use a reference picture if you are unsure, But in my case, I like to use the natural curvature of my bone structure to help me and guide me in doing this process. Moving on to the teeth, this part could be a little tricky for some people, but the best way to explain it is to draw little candy corn shapes. I know it sounds a little weird, but trust me, it works. Taking that same white paint and the sponge, I'm just going in and filling the rest of the skull. Now, when you get to the part where you meet your glam side, it's okay to have those sponge spots because you want the skull to look like you spray painted it. After I finished applying all the white paint, I started to create paint splatters. Now you can get as creative as you want with this. All I did was dip into different color eyeshadows and dabbed my brush until I was satisfied with the outcome. After that, I went back with my water-based paints and started to create drip effects. Make sure whenever you're doing this to go back with your finger and blend out any harsh lines that you might have. After that, I'm just going back and outlining the skull. After I finished outlining everything, I went back and filled it all in with the same black paint. Now once I get to the teeth, I like to make sure that I have a small amount of paint on my brush for when I'm outlining it, because if I put too much paint, it's going to be too thick and it's just going to look a little weird. After I finish outlining the teeth, I like to go back with black eyeshadow and blend upwards in between the teeth to create dimension. Taking more of that black eyeshadow, I'm going where my cheekbone meets my jawbone and just dragging that eyeshadow down to create the illusion that it's overlapping one another. Now when you look at a picture of a skull, you notice a lot of indentions and curves in the skull. So what I did was I went back with more of that black eyeshadow and I went along the jawline, the cheekbone, and along the outer rim of the eye socket to create more dimension throughout the rest of the skull. and filling in the rest of my eye with the black water-based paint. Now I'm just going back to where the skull meets the rest of my face and create more little splatters. This is just going to let everything look more seamless. For this part, I'm just going back over all the black paint with black eyeshadow to set it. Lastly, I am taking a sponge and going in with the black paint along my neck, and I'm also going back with a paintbrush to create more drips just to finish off the look. And that is the finished look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I had so much fun making it. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow me on all my social medias. The links will be down in the description box. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Bye.